So I'm not gonna be able to do this for too long because my phone's only at like 27%. So I can't do this for too long. Um but I finally decided to open up my blinds. I realized that for I don't know, at least the last couple weeks in a row, I don't think I've opened my blinds really at all. It's like no wonder it's dark in here all the time. Um Which honestly, it's not that I keep my blinds closed a lot of the time because I would rather have to. Like, there are times when I would rather be in my room and have it dark in there, but most of the time I don't. I just am lazy and don't open them up. So, I only, I do have some updates, but it's only really updates for today. I'm drinking Nesquik. Um, so, although it's annoying because I'm drinking it like this, but when I do that, so, I wanted to tell you guys about today. So, um, it's one of those things where it didn't start great. Like, the previous night I already knew that, obviously mom didn't go, she didn't go to the store, um, last night, obviously. So, so, I think I hadn't updated you since I went to the Chase. So, um, when I had gone to the Chase, um, they were able to take those two rolls of $half. I did convince them to do it. Um, um, yeah. So they were able to take the two rolls of halves. And they actually told me that they had a lot of coin, like a lot of coin. And I wasn't prepared for it because I was like, "Whoa, that's weird." I haven't seen I haven't seen any viewers into the video until now, and yet someone liked it. Thank you, whoever it is. Um, but I didn't expect them to have anything. So, because I was just gonna, I'm gonna turn the fan up a bit. It's kind of hot in here. Hold on. I don't know how well I can feel it from here, but yeah, I'm rocking the jean jacket and black shirt look today because I was at Hagen yesterday, and I saw someone who basically had the same thing, like jean shorts and a black shirt, and I was like, that's kind of a cool idea. So that's what I decided to do. Anyway, so that's besides the point. So, because the thing is, I was like, I was trying to ask what they have. They wouldn't really tell me what they had. And eventually I was like, I think the total was 100 in quarters, 50 in dimes, and I think almost 40 in nickels. The and no pennies this time. Um, but Lisa did have she had like $31 in loose dollar coins and then $4.50 in loose half dollars. Um, so I got that stuff. Um, and Yeah, so because the thing is, once I got that stuff, I knew, like, okay, so obviously I'm not going to be able to pay this guy. And the thing is, I was wondering what I was going to do because obviously, I didn't think I was going to be, I didn't think I was going to be able to get to the bank in the weekend. So I was like, and the thing is, they were telling, obviously they told me that they were full and weren't able to take any coin. So I was like, I gotta hope that they're willing to take coin next week. Um, because yeah. So was it? So I also so I got that stuff from the Chase, and I eventually went home, and I actually I as I think you guys saw in the video that like I needed to come home around 4 because I knew Dad was going to Costco and he was going to get a couple pizzas to bring back. Um, and literally as I was walking home, he was getting ready. So I didn't even take my shoes off at all. I just went with him. So I didn't even really technically get home until when we got back, which we got back at almost 6 o'clock. So I left the house at I can't remember exactly when I left the house. 3 maybe. So yeah. So um, we did that, and nothing really too interesting happened at Costco. I was kind of in the back of my mind tempted to ask if I could go to the Chase and Bonnie Lake, but I didn't want to. I had been I had been asking about the bank a lot lately, and you know, I didn't want to do that. So, um, it was pretty much just a regular Costco trip with the addition of getting pizza. And yeah, so obviously we didn't grocery shop now that other than Dad and I going to Costco. Um, and then today, I was hoping that she would go to Trader Joe's because then I was hoping that we would also go to H Mart, but she ended up going to Fred Meyer. So when she said that we were going to Fred Meyer, I was like, okay, so maybe hopefully we can go to H Mart in the afternoon since she's going to Fred Meyer early. Um, um, so yeah, I mean, we went to Fred Meyer, and it was pretty much a regular trip. I didn't get as much as I usually did for two reasons. Number one, I still had a decent amount of frozen stuff, and number two, Mom was kind of hinting that I probably shouldn't be getting as much, so I didn't get nearly as much as I usually did. Which is fine. The thing is, though, like the two times in a row, they haven't had the Nashville Chicken Banquet Mega Bowl, which is like my favorite thing right now, and it's been my favorite thing for months. And they have the two times in a row they haven't had it. They've had other Mega Bowls, but just not that one. So I really hope that it's not discontinued. I mean, luckily it should still be at Winco, but obviously we don't go to Winco that much. So I mean we do sometimes, but I just really hope that it isn't discontinued, like with those mac and cheese bites, which I did find at Grocery Outlet the last time we went. But yeah, so I really hope I can find that next time we go to Fred Meyer. Um, but yeah, so she said maybe the next weekend to go to H Mart. And the thing is, I want to have the dinner that I had. I want to have Pad See You again for my birthday dinner. So because we were talking, and the thing is, we were like, oh well, H Mart has the noodles, but they don't have quite the right noodles. And there was also this other place in Federal Way that we were kind of eyeing, but yeah, I don't know. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I do know I want to do the Kit Kat cake that I had because last time I had that was in 2023. Both last year and in 2024, I had a homemade cheesecake, and so I don't know. I kind of want to go back to the classic, especially because my last really good birthday I feel like was 2023, and that was the last time I had the cake. So who knows? I don't know. It's like I say I'm not superstitious or religious or anything, but I feel like with those kind of things I am. I don't know. But my throat hurts, so I don't want to talk too much. And I feel like this doesn't really help with that. This isn't the drink. This isn't the drink to drink when your throat is hurting. I mean, not that it necessarily makes my throat hurt more, but it doesn't help it either. Um, I feel like my chair is sinking down. There we go. So, Um, so yeah, so we went to Fred Meyer and we went back, and I knew last night that mom wanted. I knew she wanted to take my sister somewhere, um, and so I found out that it was in Puyallup and it was in South Hill, and I was like, holy crap, this is my chance. Because the thing is, if this was any other day, I wouldn't bother. Because again, I've like, I've bothered my parents with banks for a lot lately, but I was like, man, can I, maybe I can get something returned. But obviously, I forget that usually when I go to banks, I end up getting a crap ton of coins too. So, um, the thing is, I knew this was a stingy bank. Like, I knew this bank was probably going to give me a hard time in some way, whether be lenient about taking coins or be lenient about accepting them. Well, that's the same thing. Being lenient about taking coins and also being lenient about selling coins. Um, and they didn't give me too much trouble. Luckily, I didn't interact with the one teller that gives me a lot of grief at that bank a lot of the time. Luckily, I didn't have to interact with them. Um, but yeah, so and the thing is, it was all of us going to the mall, except for my dad. He was kind of talking about it at first because I think he was looking for something. Sorry, guys. I say it, don't spray it. Um, but but yeah, all of us went. So they didn't have any half dollars or dollar coins. And the thing is, the teller did like this was a teller that I think I've only might have seen once or twice before, and she was also warning me that this bank gets a lot of coin roll hunters. And literally, as I was finishing up my transaction, someone that was very clearly a coin collector came into the bank. Like he was talking about wheat pennies and like the 1943 wheat penny and all that stuff, and I don't know, it was kind of funny. Like, and it seemed like he didn't even notice either that I was also a coin collector. Um, so so I will say they did have pennies. They only had two rolls of pennies, but they did have pennies, which honestly is insane that I got any rolls of pennies, considering it was this bank on a Saturday, and this bank is already stingy on weekdays, as I found out. So I did get two rolls of pennies, so that now that ups the amount of pennies I have for the hunt to $4. Because I had $3 that I got from my walk up chase, and then the $1 that I got today. 40 in nickels, um, 20 in dimes. I probably should have gotten more dimes, and 100 in quarters. Now I will say, I'm not too hopeful for this hunt for multiple reasons. Number one, there's a lot of coins in here that have potential to be searched already. Like a good portion of the nickels and dimes that I got at the walk up chase are the same type of roll, and there's a good chance that they were pulled out of boxes, especially because they were saying that they got a lot of coins in. So it's like, I don't know, it makes me nervous that those are, coins from already hunted batches of dimes and nickels and stuff. And there are some. It looks like some of the nickel rolls that I got from the bank today. It looks like they definitely are searched because a couple of them have Sharpie marks on the end. So I don't know. It just there's a lot of the coins that I have look like they might have the potential to be searched. So I'm not too hopeful for this hunt. But Frankenstein hunts do tend to provide sometimes, and I'm also excited because I have a ton of loose dollars, mainly from the walk up bank, and then I also had an additional like $10 in dollar coins from the last time I went. So in total, I don't even remember the totals. I don't know, maybe like 200 in quarters, like maybe 100 in dimes, like 60 in nickels, and like 4 in pennies. And the thing is, it sounds like a lot, but the reality is, again, as I said, a good portion of it, there's a good chance that it's searched, and yeah, so that's the kicker. Is it's like it sounds like a decent amount of coins, but it just so okay. So the reason why this is here is I'm gonna make a YouTube short on this because I made one asking like my viewers about it because I have been toying for the longest time to do again what I did starting in I don't know I'd say sometime in May of 2023 all the way up until November or all the way up until October or November of that year, where I saved all of my change, all of my Coinstar finds, all of my change finds, all the change that my family members gave me, all the coins I found on the ground. I saved all of it. And the thing is, when I did that, obviously I was still doing at that point, I think I had already dropped the Coinstar compilations. Or at least some point in that time. But obviously I was still filming when I found them, at least as far as Coinstar goes. So it really felt like doubling up on content. And that was the main thing for me, it really felt like doubling up on content. And that's kind of my thing. But I don't know, like I don't know. Because the thing is, I really despise when influencers re upload content. Like, I just think it's really, just don't upload at that point. I don't know. I just hate it. It's like a pet peeve of mine. Um, so I don't like to do it either. Um, and I always viewed, doing, showing all the change that I've accumulated and also showing the finds from coins are as doubling up on content. But you know what? I've really been itching to do it, and I really like watching. I really like watching all the change pile up. It's really cool, and you know what? I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do it again, even if this only lasts like a month or so. I want to do it again. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I already have a decent start because in the coin start today at Hagen, because we so so I had gone to the bank and then we walked around in the mall for a bit, and I had kind of a little thing with mom. Um, but I ended up sitting outside outside. Well, outside is in in the seats where in the mall. Um, and eventually we started walking around. Eventually we went into Barnes and Noble. Unfortunately, we didn't buy anything. I will say though, the Barnes and Noble, they do have Black Wings. Because as you guys know, the Barnes and Noble that we went to in late last year, I had gotten those Blackwing Pearl pencils that are blue, and I thought that was just a win. But the 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 Barnes and Noble here has all three originals. They had boxes of 602s of Blackwing mats and both colors of the Blackwing Pearl. But I wasn't able to get any because again I had just bought a bunch of coins, so I didn't have enough. And even so, I didn't really want to spend that much, and obviously no one else was getting anything. So it was sad that I wasn't able to get any, but I did take some pictures. So yeah, it's just kind of cool. It's just kind of cool seeing Blackwings in person. I do have some. Actually right here. I don't know if you can see that. But we ended up going to the little cafe that's inside Barnes and Noble. If you've ever been inside Barnes and Noble, it's like a Starbucks, like a different type of Starbucks. And it's really cool in there. I don't think I've ever been in here, but man, it's a really cool inside. Um, and we got some new like limited edition things, and yeah, um, yeah. So and then the thing is, that's pretty much all we did. We didn't actually really venture that further out into the mall. The furthest we went was like up to Barnes and Noble. Um, and then we stopped at Hagen, and I found 3 dimes at the Coinstar, and I also used some $5 and $1 bill, and I got $11 in loose quarters, so I added that and also the three dimes and also the coins that I got from my last time I got change. I also added all that in there. So yeah, I think I am going to do this again, even despite how I feel about it. You gotta do things you don't want to do. Sometimes, at least. But yeah, so I am going to do this again. Um, Obviously, as I go, I'll probably have to upgrade to a larger container. But yeah, so it's 99% quarters. But yeah, so I have decided that I am going to do this thing again. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it though. I kind of wanted to put it on top of here, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do. I think I'll do what I did when I did this before, where I just put it with my other coins, like as coins that I haven't hunted. Um. Oh yeah, Chris and I were up here briefly playing with this thing. Anyway. Nothing really else that I want to talk to you guys about. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of getting bored sitting here. I'm gonna go over to my bed because not only can I plug this in, but also plugging it in means I don't have to worry about battery, and I also just don't feel like sitting there anymore. Especially because that's the thing with these jean shorts. It's like with jeans, they really dig into your skin, so you wear them long enough and they do start to hurt. So. And I've also been doing a decent amount of walking today and yesterday. But yeah, so top priority next week is definitely gonna be getting some more probably cash returned so that way I can pay that guy. So yeah. My desk is clean. I still haven't dealt with the clothes yet. Oh yeah, I should plug this in. Wait, if I do that. Oh, okay. Oh, I just saw the one message that someone typed, and it said, "Who are you talking to?" Like, what do you mean? Who am I talking to? It's a live stream. Like, who is anyone talking to on a live stream? That's a pretty tame comment considering the types of ones that I get. Oh, by the way, like, my hair has been tangled again. Like, I don't know what's up. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a period where I just don't like the state of my hair. Like I feel like it looks like crap right now. Like I hate this. I hate this bit. I hate those bits right here, and I also hate this too. But mainly I just hate this. Like this right here. I hate that it's like only partially covering my ears. I hate that. I hate that. And I also hate the like pseudo bowl cut look. I don't know. And it's also, as I said, it's also not. It's also tangled right now. So yeah, I'm in a phase where I don't like how my hair is looking right now. I mean, we were outside today, and the windows were open, and we were on the freeway, so I guess it's not surprising. My hair looks like crap by the end. But yeah. So man, I'm really happy that I can do live streams on here. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 50 subs. Because it is so much more convenient doing it on here. I do still wish that I could do it on Instagram. Because obviously, it's like just with it's like the same thing with the coins. It's like there is still I still have one impasse that I'm not going to be able to solve, and that's what am I going to do on Instagram. But I mean, this is the best situation I can come up with, right? I mean, what am I supposed to do about Instagram? It's like I could try going back to doing the reels, but those are such a pain in the ass to upload that it's like, what's the point, you know? Although you can upload previously filmed footage, so in theory, I could. It's like in theory, I could include clips that I filmed multiple days because I could just film all those clips, combine them in my video editor, and then upload it. Because as I said, you can upload footage from your own phone for through Instagram Reels. But again, the obviously the uploading process is what gets me, and is really what made me switch. I mean, if it had if it had been and stayed easy for me to upload, then I probably would have stayed on Instagram Reels. But I just this is literally just like Instagram Live essentially. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say though. I wish it wasn't as hot right now. Anyway, I'm gonna need to remember to film that YouTube short. Anyway, I'm gonna end this because my throat is really sore right now, and I don't want to keep talking. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna end this.